Good morning to everybody. We are going to present the environmental information system that we have been building at IDEA. IDEA is the Institute for Environmental and Studies. Okay, this is the outline of our presentation. I will go fast because this is not the most important part of the presentation, but the one that they are going to present to make. I begin just saying, well, some acknowledgement, geopolitics of knowledge. What is SIAMI? SIAMI is the name of the information system. What is the IDEA's environmental information system? The environmental conflicts observatory, which makes part of these information systems, and that came before we had this huge idea of making the SIAMI. Some results and some challenges. Well, and then acknowledgements, it would not been possible to do this if we would have not have the cooperation of CEF and the program and the PSSP program. So I want to the DSSP program. So I just want to say that this is a teamwork. It's a teamwork in which many people has been involved, students, many discussions, many technicians, engineers, and so on. And well, we, as I told yesterday, we still don't have results on what we have been doing with local people, but we are thinking of the way how to manage them. I'm just going to read this very fast. So we have been thinking of this geopolitics of knowledge because today information and communication technologies are one of the most valuable resources we have. Knowledge and information impact power relationships of countries and organizations. And can you imagine how is it in local areas? We have to really take this into consideration. The access and control of information are important factors for economy and politics. Information and knowledge have influence in international relations, politics, and decision-making globally, also locally. The regional agenda of Europe of 2030 made decisions around robust information systems. Culture, political, and social dimensions are behind huge digital networks in contemporary societies. Well, now I'm coming to what is SIAMI. SIAMI is a system, yes, which it has been built with the idea to manage environmental information. First, the environmental information that we are being produced with this project, but our idea is to extend this to the university because we are always making lots of data and information which is not known by decision makers and so on. So the system is based on free and open source software, and it has international standards. What data and information produced by doctoral and master students of the DSSP on their research, but data and information produced by professors on their researches, but also data and information produced by local people. What is that and what and why? To share knowledge produced by academics, to empower local initiatives, to standardize the storage of some of this data information, which is mostly by now quantitative, to contribute to better decision-making, to empower local people. Well, I think we have been talking about this, but environmental issues in Colombia are well correlated to environmental justice or injustice in this case. What for and why? To tackle environmental issues that are not considered by decision makers, to know and learn from other cultural ecosystem relations from indigenous people, from peasants and local settlings, to empower local knowledge on environmental and territorial plights, to share information collected by local communities, to reduce data bias on environmental conflicts, decisions, and to contribute to an open shared data culture. Well, it has been, this system has a very high technical organization. So then I will just show that we were always thinking on data on these different areas. So some issues related to data, some issues related to conceptual topics, technologic and human. When we talk about data, then we talk about information analysis, indexation, verification, quality control, and cartography. When we talk about conceptual, then we think about analytics, research and integration model, qualitative categorization, thematic keywords, and many of the things that I was talking yesterday. Technologic, we think about technologic infrastructure, integration of this infrastructure with the services of the university, of the Universidad Nacional. Sometimes this is hard because there are some standards and so on. So we have been working on that. Web services, helping desk, and physical infrastructure. And when we think about human, we always have a human talent, a teamwork. And we have made lots of networks with different people and different disciplines at the same university. I think this is yours.
Thank you, Susana. Well, I continue with the presentation. Hi, my name is Nicolás Pérez. I am data management at SIAMI, an open web platform of the environmental information. SIAMI promotes the use of free software and provides access to and publish environmental data for everyone consult. The system plays a critical role in saving research efforts, fostering an open data culture, and providing a platform for discuss and values and interests related to environmental information. In the past 3 years, we have successfully established a robust technology infrastructure for the systematic collection, storage, and dissemination of the data generated from doctoral and master research, as well as other research activities conducted at the Institute of Environmental Studies. SIAMI technology framework consists of 2 applications built on free software and open access principles. We take pride in being pioneers at the university, as we are the role providers of this unique service, setting us apart from other institutions in offering such capabilities. In the quiet numbers, I have 35 editors and 45 metadata, 4 sessions of capacity, and 18 sessions of divulgation in now. So the first element is the geographic viewer, where user can access a thematic structure and various research to visualize data throughout the workspace. So let's explore some example in the platform. Well, is the homepage of SIAMI, and we can explore the first element, that is the geographical viewer. In this space, I can thematic structure. For example, in the last geographical ledger that upload in the platform, I show you the environmental issues in around all of the country, or our country, that this produces of overlapping the protected areas and the economic activities in all of our country. So I can explore other issues or thematics produces in our doctoral and master researches. For example, the land cover and the special patterns of the forest in our Amazon areas, for example. And can you see the legend And well, um, I continue with the presenters. While it may not have an explicit communication component, the carefully selection of graphics and colors plays a crucial role of effectively conveying message. Now let's address the next question. What types of data are considered environmental information? It is limited to geographical data only. We finally believe the environmental information encompasses a wide range of expressions that capture the relationship between ecosystems and cultures. These included elements such as bird songs, artist representation, and imaginative perceptions. This scope of environmental information extends beyond geographical data and embraces diverse forms of human and natural interactions. So in another hand, I can find the metadata, information that is linked throughout in two applications, and we can find the abstract and other elements that is key to comprehensive and use the better way to this information. And in the last time, I have many information that is important for our country. For example, um, doctoral studies or results of um, by of guerrilla of FARC, um, a political movement and armed movement in our country that it's important to comprehend, to understand our conflict, interior conflict. So this is information is free and good documentation. Indeed, environmental information encompasses various interests and reflects a specific geopolitics knowledge landscape of knowledge. It is crucial for us to pay attention to and move beyond a purely technical approach. This information system collects data belong to events and occurrences in Colombia, a country with a unique geographical context, a particular place. Colombia is home to rich subaltern knowledge rooted in indigenous cosmologies, quite extended in the country. Other characteristics that the Colombia situated on the periphery of the world system. Colombia boasts exceptional natural and cultural wealth. Furthermore, Colombia territory history is shaped by a colonial process that continues to unfold, making it a territory marked by distinct characteristics. These particularities provided ample elements for discussing the difference between Colombia and other parts of the world, which hold relevance not only in economic or social terms, but also in intellectual terms. By virtue of this, the main reflections that the geopolitics of knowledge brings to our attention is the existence of a predominant knowledge center in Europe, which shapes and influences worldviews. In relation to the SIAMI project, this predominant knowledge has manifested itself throughout the establishment of universal standards that aim to achieve global aspirations included at the specific parts of the platform. For example, in metadata catalogs supported in ISO 13 139. These standards often prioritize the English language as the main medium of communication, utilize a specific coordinated system for geographical information, and most importantly, emphasizes the data should be primarily derived from scientific research and be accessible primarily to scientists. The introduction of geopolitical of knowledge approach raises a question that are relevant to all concept components. Therefore, before I hand over the floor to my colleagues from OCA, I would like to emphasize the crucial assumption that important system needs to extrinsic. Sharing information is the foundation of the science. This assumption is important because our experience has shown us that we face numerous challenges, such as overcoming personal interest regarding environmental information. We often prioritize publishing in index journals rather than the contribution, for example, to the SIAMI. Additionally, we need to promote incentives beyond material gain, focusing on the social function of our research, which involves bridging the gap between corporation and communities. These challenges highlights the need to raise how we value knowledge. It should be equality important as our job or individual goals. In this context, it is essential to establish a clear direction for the environmental information system, one that recognizes the significance of sharing knowledge and promoting collaborations.
Thank you, Nicolás. Hello, everybody. I am Juan Manuel Rengifo. I'm glad to be here and share with you the experience of the Environmental Conflict Observatory. So let's start. We start the project in 2015 with a group of students of the institute and professors and some volunteers. And we launched the first version of the platform in 2017 with around 15 cases in Colombia. Our major references are, or were at this moment, the Environmental Justice Atlas from Professor Martinez Alier in Barcelona, and the mining conflict in America Latina based on Chile. Then we move forward to another version of the platform, thanks to the support of CEF, Bonn University, and of course, the funding of the DAAD. This is the main components of the information system we call SIAMI. Basically, we have a GeoNetwork, GeoServer, a map viewer, and the OCA platform. This is the main component of the observatory documentation cases. This is the case file. Maybe you're familiar with this type of interface, user interface. We added on the roads other fields like territorial context, alternatives. We made improvements on some tools like the timeline, on the way we show the cartography and so on, and the references we use. We want that state or very clear, very present. And this is the old timeline we had, and the new one with the color scheme and some categories we built on the process and based on our previous experience at the observatory. Also, all the new system is based on on the milestone system that group all the information, the environmental conflict, the milestone tip. We have a conflicts milestone and territorial context milestone. All the information, the description associated to this milestone, place and date, actors, main categories, milestone analysis categories, references, etc. And that's that all this information we can gather in the engine search that we have built inside the platform. These are the categories we use. We have 6 main categories, but I think the time is over. We have 1 minute left. The territorial context we think is it's a very important contribution on this last version, because we understand the conflicts doesn't occur in empty space, but in territories with large trajectories of. In Colombia, is very important, the armed conflict, for example, and we want to relate it, all these processes that occur on territories with the conflicts itself. Well, we have other categories, very simple, like the project works or activities related to the just the project that origin the conflicts in the first moment, and environmental impacts, institutional, and the last two refer to the social actors, both as active actor that propose some alternatives or some strategies to remain on the territory, but also as a victim of violence to for example displacement or persecution and so on. I finished there, and thank you.